So Jordan, they had a big announcement at the Star Fox Direct on Wednesday. They announced that they're making a Star Fox game.
Atmospheric entry complete. Extend the wings. G-diffuser systems check. Sound off, team.
Slippy here. So far, so good.
This is Peppy. All systems go.
Falco here. G-diffuser seems fine. Let's go already.
Enemy targets up ahead. Let's rock and roll!
What you're seeing is footage of the
A brand new Star Fox game. And I was unsure as to whether or not to include this, but some interesting stuff surrounding this kind of popped up to me. The one of which being that people are mad that this is just a remake of Star Fox 64 with some pomp and circumstance given to it.
So that's confirmed?
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay. Interesting, because it sure as hell looked like it, but I don't. Star Fox is one of those series where it's like I don't actually know a lot about it.
But it was like a lot of people are being like, "Oh, they're just all Nintendo does is remake the same games over and over again," and I thought that was really funny because we've been saying that for fucking years, and every time we say that, it was like ostracization time. It was like. You can't say that about Nintendo. You can't say that they've been making the same Mario game since Mario 64 because
not
it's exactly
just Mario.
You can't say that it's the same Legend of Zelda game since Ocarina of Time. You can't say that because people get no Ocarina of Time. I mean, Breath of the Wild notwithstanding, but even
Breath of the Wild did change it a little bit. Yeah,
it's still basically Ocarina of Time, and it's basic like 3D adventure.
I wouldn't say that Breath of the Wild is. I would say Breath of the Wild is more akin to a full 3D version of Zelda 1.
Even still, it still borrows its how the character moves, what it basically runs like. It's still all just Ocarina of Time because Ocarina of Time is the first 3D Zelda game. Just like every game is just Mario 64 again. I guess the same thing. They're all the same game.
Yeah, well, for me, it's like they have their core cast and they've just redone the core cast over and over again.
Every Smash Brothers game is exactly the same.
It's not exactly like they're coming out with a fantastic new adventure of such and such character who's not been in thousands of versions of Mario. You know, like
they're all the same. So like it's just
50 shades of the same gray.
It was funny to me that this was the line. This was the spot where people went, "It's too far." This is the one where this is the one that really bothers me. This is the one because like this game looks really pretty. Like it looks really pretty.
Very pretty.
It looks gorgeous, especially for the Switch 2 game.
I'm not gonna say okay. So here's what I'll say. I hesitate to use the word issues with this game, but my feelings on this game are as such. The cutscenes look really pretty and it looks really pretty, but yeah, to me it just looks like a prettier version of the N64 game. So why would I waste $90-something on it?
You're like, oh, the cutscenes are really pretty. The characters are like actually like getting invested in them. And then it shows the gameplay, and you remember it's Star Fox, and you're like,
you see the gameplay, and it literally just looks like what you would play on the N64.
It looks slightly prettier. No, it
looks like a rail shooter.
Yeah, but it's, I mean, to be fair, the animation and the art style and the actual gameplay, it's an obvious improvement.
The actual gameplay just looks like what's on the N64.
Right, but it isn't. No, I mean, it is that's not entirely fair. It is an obvious graphical improvement, but
yes, but that's all it is a new. And that's the thing that Nintendo does is and this is not new to Star Fox. We've been saying this about all their games for years. All Nintendo does is slap a fresh paint of coat on a car that's existed since the 80s.
Pretty well, yeah. Well, I mean, no,
it's 90s. The newest mod.
90s, because obviously
whatever. No, but I'm talking about like their characters, like Mario. Mario's been around since the 80s.
But no, I mean 2D Mario and 3D Mario are completely different. They're not
but they've got their 2D versions of the games now. They've got their like this and that. Where I'm saying, You're arguing semantics. My point is like, okay, you want to compare 3D. It's the same car that's existed since 64.
Yeah, pretty well.
It's the same car that's existed since the Star
It's-
Fox on the
It
Nintendo
looks pretty.
64.
It looks pretty until you realize it's just Star Fox, and you're like,
But
oh,
it's got the same engine under that pretty hood.
It doesn't really look any different. I mean,
No.
some of the multiplayer stuff looks, I guess, kind of cool. Like they brought in like the tank gameplay from Star Fox Assault, and like to my knowledge, this comes out. I don't think it's full price. I think it's coming out cheaper, but I could be wrong about that. But it's coming out within like a month. It's coming out pretty quickly, and I'm like, you're right. All it made me go was like these characters are so well suited to like other media that I'd much rather watch a Star Fox movie. And they also announced
Like
that,
I think for me,
they announced that Illumination and Nintendo are making that Star Fox movie. So I'd much rather watch that.
Yeah, and I think for me, as people are not going to agree with my sentiment on this one, but as hated as it was, I would rather see a better version of the one where he's on Dinosaur Planet Adventures or whatever.
The one that wasn't a Star Fox game.
Sure, but I'm saying something.
No, I mean
like
literally, it wasn't a Star Fox game.
Sure, but I'm saying something that is actually a Star Fox game, but that's more like that.
Well, I mean,
that's
they had
like
Star Fox Assault, which was sort of sequel to that. Where it was
I don't want, and maybe to be fair, I'm judging this without ever playing this game. Maybe there are sections where you're not just doing the rail shooter. Maybe that's just all they've shown us.
I mean, there's tank battles that you.
That's still a fucking rail shooter.
Well, yeah, but to be fair, I like Star Fox is a vehicle-based combat game, so it always has to be vehicle-based. Like that's
no, it doesn't. They have done a game where they're not.
Right, but that game's not
just
Star Fox.
And I'm saying, make a better version of that. Make a version where some of the levels you are in space, some of the levels you're in the tank, some of the levels you're on foot.
It's a game called Dinosaur Planet, and it had nothing to do with Star Fox.
Yeah, but again, I feel like you're not listening to me.
No, the parts of it you like are the parts that aren't Star Fox. That's because it's not Star Fox. Star Fox is a vehicle-based, and the closest thing you get to what you want is Star Fox Assault, which was a 3D shooter game, which had vehicle combat. That's not what this, but this very specifically is supposed to be a remake. Well, it's a remake, but they're not advertising it as a remake. So, yeah. It's tough. Like
I don't care enough about Star Fox to really care. Quite honestly.
I wouldn't spend money on it because I'm not a big enough Star Fox. Of the two, I'm still more
interested.
Well, I mean,
couldn't even if I wanted to. I don't have a Nintendo console, so.
I do
not anymore.
I do want to play that Donkey Kong game. Like I do want to play that.
Yeah, sure, but not enough to buy a $500 console just for that one game.
No.
Sorry, 2 games because I also want to play Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: is like, if this were a PlayStation scenario where they had like a free game a month and this was a free game a month, I would play it. It looks fun.
Sure.
Don't want to pay $80 for it.
No.
There's no universe where I want to pay $80 for it.
I don't want.
I'll watch the cutscenes on YouTube.
I don't want to pay $60 for it. I'd pay $20.
Oh no, the cutscenes are too pretty for $20. That's a $40 game. Like
no, it's not because of the gameplay.
To me, that's a $40 game. $30 I could negotiate down to $30, but it's definitely not a $60 game. But it's not a $20 game. It's too expensive looking for $20.
For me, gameplay, the graphics are what makes it a 20. The gameplay just
the graphics are too pretty for
drags it down.
That's the thing.
I disagree.
No, I mean those cutscenes are way too pretty. They're way too pretty.
I understand what you're saying, and I'm saying I don't agree.
Yeah, they're way too pretty.
I don't agree because the cutscenes are great, but if the gameplay is not interesting,
but the gameplay looks pretty. The gameplay does look bright. I cannot discount
but it doesn't look interesting, Justin. It's just a rail shooter.
Yeah, but some people like rail shooters, right?
Right, and I'm saying for me personally, it's not enough.
No, but it's not a $20 game. It's not a $20 game.
I don't agree.
It's not a $20 game. It's not.
That's where we're going to agree to disagree.
Am I saying it's an $80 game? No. But it's definitely 40.
I think the graphics elevate it to 20.
No.
I'm elevating it.
No.
I think it's lower than that.
No, it's not. Now, if it were a straight re-release of Star Fox, then I'd be like, yeah, you're right. That is a $10 game. But like, no, like if it's a slightly prettier, graphically upgraded version, but this is this is almost a completely different game. Like,
no, it's not.
I mean,
gameplay that I saw just looked like the 64 version.
But Star Fox is always going to be a rail shooter. That's what it started off as. So expecting it to not be a rail shooter.
Yeah, so I value it as less of a game as a result.
Yeah, no, it's not a $20 game.
Agree to disagree.
You are incorrect.
Agree to disagree. That's what I think it's worth.
I mean, you are undervaluing it.
You're overvaluing
I'm not. I'm correct.
For a game which you could largely put down and it would play itself because it's a rail shooter?
But it's not. It won't play itself. That's not how rail shooters work.
It's a rail shooter, Justin.
No, rail shooters don't play themselves. Rail shooters are hard. They don't play themselves. You get sliced and diced. There's a reason I don't like them, but not because they play themselves. That is so inaccurate. And no, it look again. Does it look like a full price game? No, it doesn't. But not a $20. Not a $20 game. That is comfortably a $40 video game. 40 because if the graphics were worse, then I'd agree with you. If it wasn't as pretty as it is, but the fact that it is pretty, and the fact that you said it looks too good to run on the Switch too, that makes it not a
that's what makes it 20.
But that exactly, that's too low.
It having good graphics, Justin, is its only selling point.
Too low. You're marketing this. You're valuing it at
highest I would go is 25.
30. It's
highest I would go is 25.
It's easily a $30 game that they would charge.
Highest I would go is 25.
That's very easily. Again, because it's not even just it's got the all the multiplayer in it as well. And it's got the motion capture face filter shit. There's a bunch of packaged shit in there that elevates it to at least the $30. At least $30. No. Easily, comfortably $30. Like I would
agree,
because it reminds me a lot of in terms of like value I see in it. It reminds me of those Rabid games, which those were $30, and that was a fair price. Like $30 would be a fair price. Anything higher would be too much. But it's a $30 game that you could value at 40. Easy, hands down, easy.
Yeah, no, I don't agree.
You're wrong. But anyway,
I think pretty graphics are not enough.
But they are though.
They're not. They're not.
They are, especially for Nintendo. Like if it looked like the N64 game, still.
Yeah, but Nintendo has a history of overpricing their games.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying $40 would be overpriced, but that's the correct price to price it at, because that's what it's worth.
No, 30 would be overpricing it. 20 is the correct label it as.
No, absolutely.
Because all it has is graphics and it has no substance otherwise.
But that's just not right. Because there's people out there who like rail shooters, so it has substance. That's just not a correct assessment. Just because you don't like Nintendo games doesn't.
That's not my evaluation.
But it is. Your price evaluation goes into that evaluation.
My evaluation is that it has little to no substance because it's just the same game that you could play from the N64.
Because it is. Because the original game didn't have cutscenes. The cutscenes it had were the opening.
We're not talking about the cutscenes, Justin. That's what gives it the value. That's what gives it the value that it has.
It gives it a story mode.
What takes away from it, Justin, is the fact that gameplay-wise, which is important in a video game, you're not just watching a movie. Gameplay-wise, it is just the same game from the N64.
Right, and that's why it decreases it from a full price game at $80, because you're coming all the way down to $20, not realizing that full price games are $80. So you're coming down.
Full price games are like $90, Justin.
They're like $79.99 now.
No, they're not. They're like $90.
You're still coming down way too far. You're coming down to a number that's unrealistic. That's what I'm saying. Is you can't come down.
I'm giving it its true value.
No, but that's not the number that it would. Again, you have to come down to a number that's from '89. It's being like it would be valued. Would never be valued at $20. That's ridiculous.
That's not. I didn't say it would be valued. I said that I value it at 25.
30.
That's my evaluation.
30. It's
I'm not a company. I'm not selling it. 30. I'm saying that's to me what it's worth.
That is a $30
I don't think it's worth
game.
More than that because it's the same game that you could play 20, 30, 40, whatever years ago.
But it's not the same
game
to play. That's my point.
Yes, it is.
No, because the previous games didn't have a story mode. They didn't have cutscenes. That is added value. That is
That's
adding
what
something.
that's what gives it its value. It otherwise doesn't have value because it's the same game that you could
But
play
it's not
years
the
ago.
same game. That's
Yes,
my point.
it is.
Because the same
It's
game,
just a rail shooter, Justin.
the same
It's
game.
not adding anything. There's nothing new there.
But there is new stuff there. That's my point.
No,
That's
there's
my
not.
Point. It's a new story.
The only
mode,
thing
new
that it's
cutscenes,
adding
new
is the fucking story.
And the
That's all it's
multiplayer.
adding.
And the
the story is
multiplayer.
not enough.
And the multiplayer.
Multiplayer's
And
not
the
new. They
multiplayer.
had that in the fucking DS game.
Yeah, but this is online.
That's not new to
multiplayer.
Star Fox.
But this version of it. But regardless, that's why I'm saying it's not valued at a full price game. But yeah, your valuation is too low. Too low. Adding a
That's what I think. That's what I think it's worth.
Adding a cinematic level story mode to because I've seen the first mission
To a rail shooter means nothing.
No, but adding it to a Nintendo game, like that does mean something. Like compared to the bare bones nothing of a
That's
story.
just Samus Other M.
But Samus. But that's what I'm saying is giving these characters actual story increases value. It brings it to a $30 game because it makes you want
but
to
the people that
invest into it.
people that they're trying to peddle it to will hate it.
I mean,
they don't like things like that.
I mean, I don't.
They hated Other M for that exact reason. Other M made it into a full cinematic story. It's not the first time that Nintendo has done it.
No, that's not why people
just
hated that game. People hated that because she's a woman. That's the reason they hate it. This is the consensus on it is odd because I'm like, you're like. Some people are jonesing for it. Other people, yeah. It's weird that to me the line is so. I guess it's because the line is so much more specifically drawn for me with Mario, where I'm like, this gives me a reason to care about these characters, and that's enough to make me like. But then it comes down to it. It's still just Star Fox, and I'm like,
it's just a rail shooter, and
I'm not.
To me, that's not adding anything.
Unless you do something, unless you're.
It makes me value it.
But I like rail shooters. So like you like rail
sure,
shooters.
I like rail shooters when they are part of a full game.
But this is part of a full game.
I don't know. It's not. This entire game is just rail shooter.
Yeah.
There's no part of this. There's no part of this where you're doing something other. And I consider the tanks to be part of the rail shooter because you will still just be on a line going down a path shooting at things.
Like you like rail shooters. Like you played plenty of them before. So that's
again, yes, when they are part of a bigger game.
I mean,
not when they are the entire game.
Yeah, lots of times. There's lots of arcade
like
games
what?
who played where it's
that arcade game is not a full fucking home 3D game.
Yeah, but
it's not a full game.
Yeah, I don't know. You're being. I feel like you're being.
For me, the line in the sand is no. Yeah, in an RV or in an arcade game,
you're being disingenuous.
That's a complete. No, I'm not.
I think you are. Yeah, I think you're being.
No, I'm not. An arcade game is completely different than a game that you play at home with a story.
But you like rail shooters, so I just
again, not when it's the full game.
Giving a rail shooter a story it gives you a reason to play the rail shooter. This wouldn't be the first rail shooter you've. Yeah,
no.
I feel you're being disingenuous about
You haven't named any. You haven't given me an example of one that I play at home that has a story that I suddenly care about enough to finish.
Batman.
That's not a rail shooter.
Spyro.
That's not a rail shooter.
Put me on the spot. I'm sure they exist. I don't know. I'm mostly playing devil's advocate. I don't even really like Star Fox all that much.
No, not really.
I would play this if it were a free game on the PlayStation Network, like the PSN, like if it were one of those. I play it, and then I'd probably be motivated by the story to get through it, and I push myself through it because the cutscenes are that pretty. Like they are that pretty.
I know myself well enough to be able to say I'd play 1 or 2 missions, get bored, and probably not go back to it.
I don't know.
And then watch the rest of the cutscenes on YouTube.
I do feel like I'd probably just watch the cutscenes on YouTube. Anyway,
because the gameplay is just not. There's nothing there.
It's just Star Fox. I just can't get.
You either like that kind of thing or you don't. And for me, there are games that are way more interesting gameplay wise that I'd rather spend my time playing.
It's just like hoops and circles and.
And you're sitting on a path as the engine makes you go. It's not even like it feels like you're flying.
That I like Galaga. I like.
Yeah, sure. In short bursts, not enough for me to want to sit down and play a full game.
I like Shit, there's one more. I do like rail shooters. Like I do.
Again, but those are.
But it's
different.
not. It's not the whole. Like it's just. I don't. I
It
don't
is the
think,
whole game.
I don't think it's the whole game.
It is.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
Oh, so you're gonna get out and do like a on foot?
No,
thing?
but that's not what You're asking Star Fox to be something Star Fox isn't.
I'm asking for Star Fox to evolve, just like I would like all of these series to evolve, and that's why I hate Nintendo. That's the thing that we started this off by saying is that Nintendo has been doing the same thing since I was a kid, and I don't want the same thing.
To me, asking Star Fox to not be a rail shooter.
I'm not asking it to stop being a rail shooter. I'm saying it to not only be a rail shooter.
That would be like
do
asking
more than just do that.
That would be like asking F-Zero to not be a racing game. You're asking for it to be a thing it's not, right?
I'm asking it to evolve and become something more than what it started off as.
Again, the last time they tried that, it was Star Fox Assault. Nobody played it. People don't want that. Certainly Star Fox fans don't want that.
I get that. And that's why I rate this as lower. Because I think it's worth less.
Yeah.
We're not talking about what would go to market. We're not talking about what other people would pay for. I'm saying that's what I value it as. I would not pay for it if it was any higher than that price. I wouldn't spend money on it.
I am.
I'd play it for free.
I'm saying what it's worth, and it's worth $40. It's not worth. Like, what I would pay for it is nothing. I would pay nothing for it. But what it's worth is $40. It's a 40. It is a $40 package of a game. That is not. It's not any higher than that, and it's not.
I don't agree, and nothing you can say is gonna make me agree. So
it's my opinion.
But to be fair, this is not just about Star Fox. I think all Nintendo games are worth less.
Depends. It depends on the game, and it depends on what you get with it. This is a $40 game. Donkey Kong's a $50 game.
It's at best a $30 game.
It's a.
And that's being genuine. So am I, and that's being genuine.
Yeah, no, it's a $30 game that I would market 40. It's a $40 game without all the, and then Mario is 50. It's a $50 game. Depending on the Mario game. Like
Mario Odyssey, is 40. This is 30.
Mario Odyssey is a $50 game. But you always have
Mario Odyssey is a $40 game. This is
right. It's a $40 game that you price at 50. You always price it more expensive than what it's worth. So you price it at 40 because it's worth 30, and then you make a $10 profit. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a $40 game.
Mario's but I'm not the corporation, so I'm not saying that. I'm saying it should be worth what it is, and it's not worth what you're saying.
Game. That Donkey Kong game is a $50 game because it's at least that game. There's no way that game is longer than a.
We could go back and forth on this forever.
There's no way that game is not longer than a 15 hour game at best, if we're being generous. The Mario Odyssey and the Mario in terms of no video game's worth $90. Just flat out, full stop. There's no video game on the planet that's worth $90. They're overpriced at that price point. The highest price point a video game is worth it is $60. And that's a PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 game. And that's because they are high budgeted. That is as much as a video game is ever worth, is $60.
I would say the most is 70 if it's like a really good one.
That's overpriced.
I would say the most that it should be is 70 if it's a really good one. But
there isn't a single video game I've ever played in my life that is a $70 video game. There isn't. There just simply
there is for me. Kingdom Hearts 2.
The only game that comes that's tough because it came out in 2007. But adjusted for inflation, that is a $60 game at best. That is not a.
I don't agree.
I could maybe $65 if you want to be generous, but I mean, like, hey, tip your waiters. But no, it is a $60 game.
Anyways, the game doesn't look very interesting to me, and it doesn't look. I mean, it looks pretty, but it otherwise doesn't look very good.
That's
my final thoughts on the subject. We should move on to the next story.
Yeah, that's why it's a $40 game. But yeah, it's because it's half baked.
We're never going to agree. We should just move on.
It's a half-baked idea. Hey there everybody, it's NCAR Justin here. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think about this new Star Fox trailer? Are you excited for it? Are you not excited for it? Are you like, oh my god, another remake of Star Fox 64? Let me know what you're thinking down in the comments down below. But in the meantime, if you'd like to see the full podcast that this is from, our It Came From Amazon episode, click the box on the left, or if you just want to see a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy, click the box on the right. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out 7 days a week, or you can just leave this video a like. That helps us out too. We'll see you all in the next video. Have a good day, everybody.